I'm going to tell you, I think this is a great move. You talk about depth in the lineup, and you want hitters to be good all the way 1 through 7, 1 through 8. Now all of a sudden you picked up depth in your bullpen because, number one, if Rob Thompson doesn't make him the closer, and I'm saying the closer, no more Orion Kerkering, no more Strom, no more Romano, whatever his name is. We don't want him in there. But what it did is it adds depth. When you think about it, you're going to be bringing back Alvarado. I know he's only there for a month and a half, but he's going to be a valuable part, actually, of this bullpen. You're going to bring up David Robertson. You have Strom and Kerkering to set up, and you have a legitimate closer in Duran. So I think it's a great move for the Phillies. I could care less about the prospects. You never know how they're going to pan out.
Ricky, what you just said, though, is the important part to me. I was saying it this morning to Andrew, and he was getting on me a little bit. Do you trust Rob Thompson to use Duran as a traditional closer like has been used in Major League Baseball ad infinitum?
Yes, I do. I think he almost has to in the way, if you were listening to Dave Dombrowski last night, legitimate, he said. He used the word legitimate closer, legitimate back end of the bullpen guy. That tells me that no more of this, hey, let's match up and see how these things go. No. This guy's a closer. That's what they went and got him for. They didn't get him to come into games in the 5th and 6th inning. Absolutely not. I think Rob Thompson, even if he's thinking about not doing it, I think his hands are tied. He has to do it.
Now, I know Duran could pitch more than one inning. He just had a 2-inning save the other day. But speaking of Dave Dombrowski, he said yesterday that they are done with the bullpen unless something falls into their lap. Do you agree that the Phillies should be done adding to the bullpen?
Yeah, I do. I think they should have enough. I mean, when you look at the bullpen, Kerkering's been good. Strom's been pretty good this year. And then you add Duran. I think that's a solidified back end of the bullpen. You know, you're going to lose these guys that pitched yesterday aren't going to be in games. And they're certainly not going to be in big-time games in the playoffs when it means something. What you need is 3 or 4 guys out in the bullpen. I think he's hoping a little bit that David Robertson is pretty legit. I haven't seen him pitch yet. I don't know about you guys. But I think they're just looking to add him as a 6th, 7th inning guy, and that kind of solidifies everything. I don't think going out and getting somebody else right now and really depleting your farm system, I don't think it makes a lot of sense. I mean, if you're going to get somebody else like a bat, yeah, I could see that happening, but not with another pitcher, no.
Had a pretty good baseball source tell me this morning, Ricky, that the Phillies are sniffing down I-95 for a right-handed bat. What do you feel about the importance of the bat being right-handed if they go and add a bat? Does that matter at all, or is it something that maybe Sports Talk Radio puts too much emphasis on?
I think it does matter because I think let's face it, if you go get another left-handed bat, it's going to be an outfielder most likely, or Eugenio Suarez. And
he's done. And he got traded He got traded last night while you were sleeping.
I didn't see this.
He went to Seattle. He went to Seattle. He went back to Seattle last night while you were sleeping.
That does nothing for me. All right, so if they go out and get a left-handed bat, if you go out and get a left-handed bat, what are you really doing? You're just clogging up your outfield again. I mean, you already have Kepler. You already have Marsh. Rojas is Rojas. I don't even know what role he's playing now, except for defensive purposes, even if that. But why would you want another left-handed bat? Unless you're looking to either bench Marsh or DFA Kepler. That's the only way you go out and get a left-handed bat.
All right, dream with me. Ramon Laureano is the player that we've been thinking about, this source that John got.
I'm dreaming about
down I-95.
This source, by the way, was the same one who told me last week, Ricky, that the Phillies would never have to give up Painter to get Duran. So I feel pretty good about the knowledge that I got.
So he is a tremendous fielder. He's hitting 290 with 15 home runs this year. Let me say this to you. Is this a World Series contending lineup? Turner, Harper, Bohm, whenever Bohm comes back, Schwarber, Castellanos, JT, Laureano, your platoon of Stott/Sosa, and then when Crawford finally gets called up, he's your 9-hole hitter and center fielder.
Yes, I think so because I just said it. Lengthening the lineup is what you really want. You want to be able to turn the lineup over to those guys at the top all the time. And right now, I don't think you could really trust that. I know Marsh is hitting right-handers pretty well right now. He can't hit left-handers. He's hitting just over 190 against left-handers, so he's not going to be the answer. I think you need something that's going to give you some depth in your lineup. And JT's hitting well. If JT's hitting 6th or 7th, that already lengthens your lineup right there.
Yeah.
And it means that you only got to go through maybe 2 hitters to get to the top of the lineup. And if I was Rob Thompson, I'm telling those 2 hitters, go up there, take pitches, make sure you get on base any way you can because you want to flip the lineup. And I think adding Crawford at the bottom, that's like adding another leadoff hitter at the bottom of your lineup, although another lefty. So, I mean, see what I mean? They're going to be overloaded in lefties even if you get Laureano.
Ricky, you've talked about the fact that they will probably move one of the starters to the bullpen and that most likely would be Luzardo come postseason time when I hear you on Unfiltered. Can you talk a little bit more, though, to the audience about how difficult would that potentially be for Luzardo, who starts all year long, to then adjust to a bullpen role? And what potentially would you foresee that bullpen role being?
All right, let's start. Let's say a starter moves. I mean, we've seen it happen with Taijuan Walker this year. It's not an easy job. He's actually making it look pretty easy. It's not that simple. Number one, we used to call the starters country club kids. Okay, it's that simple. They pitched every 5 days. They got to work on their game for 4 days, and then they pitched. Now, for the relievers, it's a whole different mentality. You have to come to the ballpark ready to go every single day, whether you're in that game or not. And that's a change mentally for starters. Number two, physically, it takes a toll on you because you're constantly out there. I mean, I'm saying this, everybody throws every day, but you got to throw with a purpose every day. If you're warming up in the outfield, you're throwing with a purpose. You're working on things on that given day. It's not like every third day you go out, throw a bullpen, and you work on your mechanics. Things could go haywire really quickly, which is why when I put Luzardo in the bullpen, I'm not really putting him in high-leverage situations. And I'm certainly not putting him in a game with runners on base, especially scoring position, because we know what he's done from the stretch this year. It hasn't been pretty, and I think that's one thing that you have to really kind of put in the back of your mind. If I throw him out in the bullpen, I cannot bring him in with runners on base. So I think, number one, he's a clean inning guy, and I think a 3+ run guy. And what I mean by that is that if the Phillies are up 3, down 3, that's when I think you use him. I don't think high-leverage situations are really in the cards for him.
Ricky, you mentioned Jose Alvarado when you first came on. You're going to get him for the stretch run. How do they use him? I keep on saying use him like the final, the running back in the final year of the deal, where unfortunately NFL teams run them into the ground and then they don't re-sign him. Could you see the Phillies saying, hey, Jose, you did this to us. You did this to yourself. We're going to use you as much as we can before the playoffs start?
I think they're going to. And I think it would be a smart move for them. Why not? I mean, he's got an option next year with the Phillies. I don't think the Phillies are going to pick it up after this season. But when you look at it, you need that left-handed arm. And if you have to use him 4 or 5 times a week, well, tough. You're going to go in there 4 or 5 times a week. You're going to do your job. You missed us for 90, or what was it, 90 games, whatever he was, 80-something games.
80 game, yeah.
I mean, you're talking about a guy that's got to make up time. And the only way to make up time, put him into situations that you need him, and then use them as much as you want because you only have them for a month and a half.
Ricky, I don't know if you've talked about this on Unfiltered, but take us behind the curtain a little bit. Do you believe he is going to be welcomed with open arms back into that clubhouse when he shows back up?
Yeah, I don't think the players are. Yeah, I do. I don't think the players really care all that much. Are they going to be a little, what the heck happened? Tell us. They want the truth is what they're going to want. But I don't think they're going to shun him by any stretch of the imagination. I think they know he's a valuable piece if his arm is strong and he's strong coming in, which is a bigger question mark. Apparently he was at some chicken place the other day, so he has been around. And I will say this much. I think they will want the answers, and then they'll be like, we need you. It's time for you to show up for us. I think they will put that type of pressure on him.
Yeah, and then as soon as they start the playoffs, they cannot be friends anymore because he won't be available for them. Ricky, we'll be listening to Unfiltered. You guys have the lead up to the trade deadline, 6 o'clock. Today's going to be a great show for you guys.
It's going to be a lot of fun.